Right.
There we go. What's up, baby? How about that
Oh.
Cowboys song?
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Dallas Cowboys for Life channel. It's your boy Sid, and I got a special guest with me today, and he actually invited me to do this and showed me how to do this. My Cowboys family. I'm representing from Canada, representing from the States. How you doing, MCF?
Much love, man. Seriously, thank you for having us on here. I mean, we just got home a little earlier, got some time to talk some football. Not ready for our stream yet, but I know you were ready. Representing Canada, representing that star over everything. We got guys like Cowboys abroad in Japan. We got guys in New Zealand. We got guys in all over that are on our channel, and they're gonna be on your channel too. And now we got a Canadian representation here, guys, worldwide. That star over everything, man. We're honored to be on here, man. Talking some Cowboy football with you, man. Much love.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, a lot of rumors going around, and I don't know how you feel about it, but the whole Dak Prescott situation has me stressed. I don't want to talk about it to anybody. The Cowboys haters out there are always being negative. What do you think? Do you think that the Dallas Cowboys will do the right thing and sign Dak before the free agency happens?
So we talked about this on our channel, and it's kind of hard to figure right now. The way things sound is not going to happen before the March 12th deadline. The thing is, CBA, which kind of intertwines with this. So like right now, if things go the way they're still going, we're going to have franchise tag, a transition tags. You get Dak, you get Cooper. We can work them. We can work those guys out, throughout like a placeholder with those tags. But if this CBA passes, there ain't gonna be no two tags now. You get one tag, either a franchise or a transition tag, and we gotta get one of these two guys signed. Right now, as of this moment, I'm hearing that Amari Cooper is very happy with the way things are going. To me, it's gonna be Cooper signing as soon as the CBA gets constructed and gets probably passed by the players, which it should. And if that happens, I believe that Cooper gets signed, we tag Dak, and then placehold Dak with that tag until it's time, ready to we work out a deal with him. The catch with Dak is that if you sign him long term, he wants to take he wants to get a bite out of the new CBA, and I don't blame him. So he would be looking at right now. I mean, if you look at the CBA in 2021 and 2022, it's going up at least $40 million each of those years. He doesn't want to miss out on that. So if you're going to sign him long term, Jerry Jones, he wants to get $40 million because that's a steal. That's a steal for us. Next year, the year after. Think about that. We're going to have an extra 40 million plus extra cap space. You're going to have like 50, 60 million to play with in 21 and 22. This year, we know we got 110 million to play with. So what I'm trying to say is that, this whole pie, can't pay because we got too much pie money and all that bullshit. No, pardon my French. That's BS. And I'm telling you right now that is just the way to get the fan base against the players on the owner's side. That's a game that Jerry Jones has been playing for years and years. I've been around. You've been around for years and for decades of Cowboy football, and we've seen this game from Jerry Jones in all 31 years he's owned this team. So, listen, the way I see it, we have to get one of the two guys signed to make sure there's no issues with the tags. If the Cowboys want to keep both, and I think they do, because if you lose Amari Cooper, you're getting a third-round pick. Comp pick, which is an early fourth rounder. That's not that, and we gave away a first rounder. Think about it. That's a dumb deal by the front office. If that's the way it kind of concludes. So, yeah, Dak I think will get done once the tag is on. I'm hoping Cooper will get done before the deadline on March 12th, and I believe that they'll both get long-term deals sometime in the off season, whichever way it goes, where we get signed first or second.
Here's my take on this whole situation, and I said it the reverse of what you just said. I said, I'd rather sign Dak and tag Cooper. All right. Now, the reason why I say sign Dak first is because we need to guarantee our QB. We need to have our QB needs to be happy going forward. And he doesn't want to get, I don't think if you get franchise tag and he goes into the season with a tag, I don't think that you're going to have 100% from Dak because there's no guarantee. He's not going to be running the ball like he's used to, taking those chances because he's going to be afraid of getting hurt. I wouldn't put myself out there if I had a tag and I'm not guaranteed any money. I'm not going to, put my body in jeopardy to get injured and then maybe have a long-term injury and then mess up my career. So for me, I would say sign Dak, franchise tag Cooper. I think to me, Cooper has to prove himself. What I saw from Cooper at the end of the season, I wasn't happy with. I didn't think that he was playing at his full potential. He was also, I think that he was injured, and they weren't telling us how serious his injury was. So I don't believe that. I think Cooper still has to prove himself to the Dallas Cowboys. So I'd rather see Cooper tagged and signed Dak.
But I'm with you 100%. I'm with you. I want Dak tagged first. I want Dak signed first and Cooper tagged. But the reality is, it's not trending that way. The reality is that we're gonna see Cooper having a better chance of getting signed. But the key is, whichever order. I agree with you. Quarterback, you got to lock him up. That shows you're committed to the team. He's the leader, all that stuff. But it's not about choice in this one. It's about what Dak is going to hold out for and what Jerry Jones is offering. It seems that what I'm trying to say is the Cowboys on the front office side of things are closer on making a deal with Cooper than they are to make a deal with Dak. And so to me, that's the reality of the situation. I would love to see Dak sign, man, and then we can just tag Cooper and take our time, whatever. I don't think that's where it's trending right now.
No,
but
you're right. From what I can see right now, they've already said it. That Cooper seems like he's going to get done before Dak, and I understand it. I understand the flip side of things, and I don't think Cooper wants as much money as Dak. We all know he doesn't want as much money as Dak, and he's already said that he'll do whatever it has to take to remain as a Cowboy. He's happy. He's happy with the Cowboys.
I think Dak is too. I think Dak wants to, but he wants all. He's looking at his agent. His agent, they got to represent their brand too. Cowboys representing the star, but the agent representing his company. He has to get the money for Dak. That is supposedly what's his expected range, right? So he's not going to settle for 33, 34, and then he's going to try to get another big name guy on his roster of players. Yeah. Nobody's going to sign with him if you don't get the money. So he's under pressure. Dak's in the middle of this shit. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, they're trying to wait it out like they did the other three big names, and they lost all three on those wait outs. So I don't see this doing any better for Jerry Jones. I would love to get Dak signed up. I want Dak here because he gets tagged. The problem is bigger than how he plays in the regular season, as you brought up. But this past year was a similar thing. I mean, he was playing basically on a tag. This is his final year contract. So he had to be careful about some of those things as well, and he was. The thing is, though, when it comes to the Dak Prescott situation and his kind of timeline of where he's going to go, what's the next step? To me, you have to kind of sign Dak. If you're gonna, I would rather sign him in a short-term deal. That's just me. Short-term deal, 4-year deal. You got to pay him maybe less average per year, but you get less movement on the cap.
Yeah.
And that would make him basically if he in 4 years, if he doesn't do shit, then we have the option of going under the path. Hopefully a year before that, start planning that way. But if he does win a Super Bowl in the 4 years, he's gonna make $50 million a year when that new contract. And no, I don't want to hear nobody complaining.
Yeah.
But
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I do believe that Dak was, but you got to keep in mind, I think Dak was playing super hard last year because he was hoping to get that contract this year. So he was taking more chances, and it's normal. He had to prove himself. Look at the stats he put up. He put up some crazy numbers this year. And I hate Cowboy haters, and I have to say it because, Dak sucks. Dak didn't do nothing against good teams. Look at his numbers and look at how well he developed. He took over Romo's job in preseason. I remember watching
as a rookie. Yeah.
I remember watching this guy in preseason. I said, if we do not start Dak in the regular season, the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones has lost his mind. And our prayers got answered because Romo got injured. And guess what happened? Dak started the season, and he's developed crazily as a QB for the Dallas Cowboys. And I believe that Dak Prescott is our QB going forward. And I think he will get us to that Super Bowl. With Mike McCarthy, I think he'll get us to Mike McCarthy. Look what Mike McCarthy did with Aaron Rodgers. Not just with Aaron Rodgers, just did it alone with Green Bay by itself. And the team that he's building for us right now with the coaching staff and what he wants to do with Dak going forward, I believe that we're going to get to that Super Bowl. Cowboy haters, I'm letting you know now. You heard it here first. It's your boy Sid, MCF. We're going to get that next Super Bowl.
I agree with you when it comes to Mike McCarthy, Dak, this team. I mean, he's starting off with a better team than he did in Green Bay. And he still got to the Super Bowl. He built a team from nothing. Here he's already got half the team. So I think that with Mike McCarthy here and remember where he started. He was in Kansas City as a quarterback coach with Joe Montana. And he showed the old dogs new tricks. He also did the same thing with Brett Favre. And then he developed a young guy like Aaron Rodgers along with the team around him.
Yeah.
When he started his decline 3 years before he left Green Bay because the new general manager took over took over the decision making. Took a lot of it away from Mike McCarthy, who had a little bit of decision making. Now he had less. With the Cowboys, he's had more than I think he's even had in Green Bay. So to me, this is only good. Again, in 5 years, we win a Super Bowl in 5 years. Mike McCarthy might be gone because Jerry Jones wants the credit for firing Garrett and hiring McCarthy. So we'll deal with that later. Let's get that Super Bowl first or two. But my thing is, I do agree with you. But here's the thing: if for some reason Dak doesn't get that Super Bowl, or let's say he's hit his ceiling, let's assume that route. Do you want to have 8 years of Dak and just keep kind of the Romo reliving the years again? And again, that's something that. I'm not putting it on Dak like he's the problem. I'm just saying that if for some reason he is not gonna, let's say, elevate anymore, I believe he will with Mike McCarthy. I believe he's shown exactly what you said, the development, whether it's the stats this past year or the comeback wins the years before that against, he would be the guy we hope that comes back. I mean, look at the playoff games. His rookie year, Green Bay, first seed. We lost to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, but we were down 21-3, was it? Who brought us back? Not Zeke, not the defense, Dak Prescott. And then you go back, go to the Rams game, playoff game from last year, playoff game. We got knocked out by them. Who carried that team? Who were we hoping? It wasn't the defense. It wasn't Zeke. It was Dak Prescott. He's the one that got us back in that game. We were all hoping we get that ball back. If we make that stop, we get the ball back with a minute and a half, and Dak can tie the game down 8. You look at the Seattle game the week before that in the playoffs, which we won. It wasn't Zeke. It wasn't the defense. It was Dak Prescott. So when people can talk all the shit they want, I don't really care. We've seen it. We've all Cowboy fans. We've seen what Dak can do, and of course, he has those high throws and those low throws. I think because they're so exaggerated, people think it happens more than it actually does. It happens. We get frustrated, but it happens to all quarterbacks. Just Dak sometimes are a little worse than the normal ones. So then people are like, "Oh, look at Dak. He's throwing it in the air so high." But you see Brady do it as well.
Here's the thing that I love about Dak. Dak is a positive role model, whether he's losing or winning. This guy will be on the sidelines, and he's not the type of QB that'll, pouting on us. No, he goes and he tries to motivate his guys. He motivates his guys in the huddle, and he's always one of those guys that has that positive drive to say, we're not out of until that clock says 0 and the fourth quarter is over. I'm going to continue fighting, and I need you guys to continue fighting with me. He's a leader. And I love that, not on and off the field.
I was just about to say, because I was waiting for, you ended it with that word. What you described as a leader. A leader don't ever stop. He keeps pushing. You always have hope he can bring you back, even if sometimes you don't. Reminds me of Roger Staubach. And I'm not saying it's him. I'm just saying it reminds me of that mindset where you're never out of a game. Romo kind of did some similar things. We had some quarterbacks that could do that. I think Dak is one of them. It's just about getting the pieces right, using his strengths properly, and getting a goddamn good coaching staff in there, which we have. We have a good coaching staff. We got a quarterback guru, an offensive mind guru with a little bit of Kellen Moore sprinkled in there to get some analytics and creativity, which Mike McCarthy did say. That's one of the reasons why he wants him on the team, to kind of almost force analytics or force creativity, which if you go back to our video way back when McCarthy was signed, I said that's why he's going to keep Kellen Moore, because he wants to keep the creativity rolling. Yeah. With his own knowledge that sometimes he goes stale with his offensive play calling. So you got a little of him. You got a lot of him. He's going to get the whole offense set up. He's going to have the whole, he's going to install the offense. So it's Mike McCarthy's offense. Kellen Moore's going to pick plays out of that and be creative with that. We're hoping for the best match. And if he fucks up, you're going to have a good coach on his ass directing the right way. Mike McCarthy, unlike the carrot. That was the biggest problem in the last 9.5 years of wasted talent. I don't want to get started on that because I'll get pissed. I'll go ranting here.
Bro, Mr. Clapper himself, I'm with you. I'm so happy. Listen, let him go destroy the Giants, but we won't even go in there. He's gone. Let him be. Let him be over there. But you brought up something earlier and I wanted to touch on a little bit, where you said that the general manager from Green Bay, he started taking things away from McCarthy to be able to be successful. And I saw an interview with Jerry Jones, Remember the interview where Jerry Jones was sitting next to Mike McCarthy and he's like, "Oh, we let Mike McCarthy choose his staff." No, you didn't. Mike McCarthy came to your house and he said to you, "I will coach for you, but I want to have full control of my staffing and who I'm bringing on board." And he's been doing just that. And I think that he went and got guys that he's worked with before. He went and got guys that he felt, and you can see the staff that he's bringing on are huge. And keeping Kellen Moore, I think Kellen Moore was maybe Jerry Jones saying, young kid, he did good things last year. He worked with Dak. He knows how the offense works. And I think that's the reason why, in my opinion, why Kellen Moore stuck around.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason. I agree 100%. I think also like you said, the familiarity with Dak, along with Doug Nussmeier, who moved in there as the quarterback coach. Both these guys kind of bookending Dak in the middle, right? So they're going to be kind of, one guy's got the offense, one guy's got the quarterback, and of course Mike McCarthy's overseeing both. Let's not be fooled. So we're in good shape. I don't mind the two leftovers from the Garrett years with McCarthy governing them, so to speak. So I'm happy about that. I like that, and I agree with you on the coaching staff. We brought in guys in here. Joe Philbin. That's going to be Mike McCarthy's right-hand guy. He's the offensive line coach, but he's such a huge part of what Mike McCarthy has always done with Green Bay, and this guy's been with them the whole time. You look at Ron Davis. I know he's like the mentor guy. All right, he was in the front office with Green Bay.
Bro, one sec. I don't mean to interrupt you. I actually got a message from somebody saying we need to get the chat involved. Do you know how to enable the chat? Because it's not.
Let me see here. Give me a second, man. I'll look. I can't do it from my side. It'd have to be on your side, and I'm not sure how to. I've never done it like this. I see here, like viewer comments. Let me see. You can put the comments up on the screen if you have access to it. I don't know how to do that on my side, though. I mean, I can't do it on my side. I've never done it like that. Live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Click on the comment to show on the screen. Live viewer comments show up on
StreamYard. This is an example. Click on comment to show on live screen.
Nice. Are there other
guys for those who are not able to chat with us right now?
I think you have to open it up through the YouTube side of things. You have to open up the access to the chat, like allow the chat to be involved. I guess.
Let me have a look here, guys. I really apologize about this. I'm going to try and enable this, and we will definitely get you guys in here. Yeah, I can't seem to do it, and I don't seem to be allowed to. It says show live comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Click
I see. We got Mike Mosh has sent me a message. He said the chat is disabled for this live stream. So I think you have to. I don't know if you can fix that or not at this point, but he said it's disabled, so that's why it's not. The comments are turned off. I think you got to knock those back on if it's possible at this point. I'm not really sure.
I'm not really sure, and I'm really sorry, guys, if we haven't been able to do this. But let me just try and see something here.
Are you able to see the comments? Are you able to see them?
No, I'm not able to see the comments at all. I'm trying to see if I can enable them because it says they're supposed to be showing up, but they're not. Guys, I apologize. I promise you the next time we go live, and I will be working with MCF more times to come. But for now, this is the way it has to be. If you want to, write a comment on my channel, and I'll be looking at them and responding as we go along through my phone.
I see it on your page here. It says that it says on your YouTube side, it says comments are turned off. So
yeah, and it shouldn't be turned off. But let me just try one more thing, guys. And
yeah, that's cool.
Oh, chat is disabled for this live stream. But how do I enable it?
I wonder if you can do it in the stream or not in itself.
Yeah, I was just trying to do that, and it doesn't seem that I'm allowed to. But I just want to see one last thing here. So you can go on about.
Listen. When it comes to our offense and our coaches, we got ourselves again Joe Philbin from McCarthy's right-hand man. You got Ron Davis, who's like the mentor, kind of the buffer for I would say the buffer for McCarthy, so he can focus on other things more important than the player gripe. Oh, you got me on the mute that. Mute that.
Okay, sorry guys. I will definitely next time have the chat open. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing this. This is the first time we're working together. But I'll make sure the next time that you guys are able to comment. And I apologize about this again.
Hit the make sure you take off that StreamYard
Yeah,
comment too. So
I'm taking it
too.
off
There
right
you go.
now. Sorry
Cool.
about that. Yeah,
That's all good.
I
But
totally agree with you.
it's the experience that we brought in at the top, on offense and on the top on defense. Look at Mike McCarthy, Joe Philbin. These guys are running the show on offense. On defense, look who's running the show. You got Mike Nolan, 21 years as defensive coordinator, and some head coaching experience. He was just with the linebackers over there and with the Saints. You go forward and see who else on that. To me, the assistant defensive coordinator is huge. George Edwards, who was the defensive coordinator for the Vikings the last 7 years, and they've been top 10. So that combination is great. Nolan likes aggressive defense, cause turnovers, that kind of stuff. That's what we need. And you got then George Edwards, who, the Vikings defense, they always play tough. So we got two great minds with great experience at the top. And then if you look at the defensive line, which is going to be the integral part of our defense, because we need that pass rush, or else it's not going to help. Maybe either some young guys or a lackluster defensive backfield. We're going to have to get that pressure. So Jim Tomsula, also former head coach, also defensive line coach for like 13 years.
Yeah,
he don't take any crap. So it's going to be interesting to see how he can develop Tristan Hill and how we get the defensive line rolling. And then the two other experienced coaches back there, as I said, Mike Nolan and George Edwards on defense, they'll be making sure that the Scott McCurley's at linebacker coach, and the Maurice Lindquist at the safety, and Al Harris at corner. These younger guys, they'll be connecting with the players in a different way. But you got the top heavy experience on defense, top heavy experience on offense. I love that concept. That's going to win us games. That's going to win us Super Bowls.
Do you think that Mike Nolan coming on board is going to switch our defense? That's a big question, right? Everybody's wondering. Everybody's saying, "Oh, we don't know what's going to go on until we start running, our training camp and everything and so on." What type of defense do you think Mike Nolan's going to be bringing? Is he going to switch from a 4-3 to a 3-4, or vice versa? What do you think?
I mean, I think we're going to pretty much stay in like a nickel. That's my guess still. I think that's pretty much been our base defense the last 2-3 years. The difference is I think you're going to see more changes in the game. You're not going to just stay with one defense. So you're going to see a lot of 4-3. You're going to see some 3-4. You're going to see some of that Deacon defense, which is like a 3-3-5. You're going to see all these different lineups. And this is what they said. This is what Mike Nolan said, McCarthy said, the whole defensive side of coaches said it. Well, they want the best 11 on the field. So, hey, you got yourself a goal line situation. You might have Jeff Heath out there if he's on the team, right? Even though he's not a starter, he's on that field because maybe he's going to be the banger you need down there, is maybe to match up against whoever's down there. And again, you have at midfield, it's 3rd and 13. You take Heath out. You're not going to even think about putting Heath in. So they're going to work the best 11 guys. They're not going to do doing the Marinelli rotation. They're going to go to these guys can't play anymore, and then bring the next guy in, and then bring the better guy in when he's back to his full strength. That's the plan on this defense, and that's the plan with the defensive front, with the linebackers. But it's going to be more deceptive. It's going to be more aggressive. And I think the 3-4-4-3 is not as big of a question. It's more about hybrid. I'd say stick with that one. Hybrid is, to me, the word for the defense.
I was disappointed from what I saw D-Law last year. We gave him big money. Robert Quinn had a better season than D-Law did. Robert Quinn had 11.5 sacks. I think D-Law had 4 or 5. And I know they said that D-Law was injured. He had injuries, or I think everybody likes to throw that card is, I didn't perform well because I wasn't 100%. There's a few people I'm questioning going into the 2020 season. Van Der Esch. This guy had just had neck surgery, and they've already announced that he's going to be 100% going into the season. I've said it on my channel, and I'm going to say it again, that a neck injury is no joke. No joke. Now, he's a young guy, already has a neck injury. We have D-Law, who's not playing at his full potential again, this is an issue that I've always brought up with the Dallas Cowboys, is that every time we seem to pay these guys what they want, they're no longer as hungry as they used to be. I think that hunger, they get comfortable. Hey, I'm already getting what I wanted. I don't have to play as hard anymore. And and I'm jumping off topic a little bit here, but I've always said that we should the NFL, and I'm not just talking about the Cowboys, NFL in general. When they pay these guys top dollar, they should give them initiatives. Hey, you'll get an extra bonus if you get this amount of sacks. You'll get an extra bonus if you get this amount of yards. You get where I'm coming? What do you think about the NFL trying to do this? Because I think that we need to keep these guys hungry somehow. So why not give them initiative? And I get it, the salary cap, and we can't play money with, but we got to figure out a way to keep these guys hungry.
And that's the catch. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Let me go back to Tank for a second, because I think that's one of those things that I still say Tank was our best defensive player. Now, of the year on defense in 2019. Now, was he splash? Like, was he making splash plays left and right like we wanted him to with that splash money he got paid? The answer is no. He didn't make those splash plays, but he was a dominant run stopper. He made opposing offenses week in and week out have to game plan for not Jalen Smith, not LVE, not our defensive backfield, and not Robert Quinn. They've game plan for one guy, and that's how you stop Tank. That was the key to every offense this season. So I don't even think about his injury. That's not even like that, whatever. He's injured. He might have had a bad game. I don't care. The thing for me is that he did a very good job out there, was our best defensive player of 2019. And he didn't make the splash play, so it's easy to criticize. He got the money, so it's easy to criticize. I think that he is still going to be able to cause havoc. I think that's why Robert Quinn had a good season.
Yeah.
Better maybe than we thought, because he had all the attention on his side. I mean, they just one-on-one Quinn with their left tackle, and Quinn beat most of those left tackles pretty much. So I think that we get stuck in the stats too much. You got to look a little deeper sometimes. I think you look at tackles for loss. If you look at the running game again, look at the Minnesota game, the Vikings. Yeah. Watch that game. Watch what the Vikings did in that second quarter. They ran to the left every single time, to their left side, to our right side. They ran over Robert Quinn. But they ran to the left side, their left side. When they ran to our left side with the Tank side, they didn't get shit. Dalvin Cook couldn't get that many yards. They just kept running over Quinn. And when they moved Quinn to the other side, they ran towards Quinn. So Quinn is the weak link, in my opinion, not Tank. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's why Quinn is replaceable, because Tank will take the pressure off of whoever is going to come in to replace Quinn. In my opinion, Quinn's gone. In my opinion, we're going to get a third round back for Quinn. Compensatory pick, or fourth rounder, I guess. Fourth round comp pick is what we'll probably get for Quinn. But because of the lack of tags, and because of the lack of front office work, this is what I said a couple nights ago on our channel, MCF. If the Cowboys had overpaid for Dak last year and paid him 35, Russell Wilson. Yeah, if we had overpaid for Cooper and paid him 21, if we had overpaid for Byron Jones and gave him 14. All right. And all these guys, and Quinn was a 1-year deal, but I'm just saying, if we had overpaid these other guys, they would have been signed, sealed, and delivered. We would have had unbelievable amounts of cap room open, not just for this year, but for next year, the year after, especially the next 2 years. So there's just been 1 year of tight squeeze, which would have been this one. It wouldn't have been that tight as you think. And then next year would have been like, we could grab a whole new set of players. Because we waited, now we're losing all these players. We're going to lose half of these players, and we can't even, we got enough. Now we got to pay more for the guys who could have had cheaper last year, because Dak was going to be, if you said 35 now for Dak, I think most people would be like, all right, let's just get him. But if you're saying 35 last year at this time, you're like, fuck no.
Hell no.
And that's where if Jerry Jones would have given him $30 million last year, we would have had him, or 31, 32 before the season signed. And if he had made him a bigger deal than he would have been asking for, we would have had this whole thing locked up, no issues. Opening the salary cap for 20. And again, Cowboys knew this. Everybody knew it. We knew this. The fans knew this, that the CBA was going to open up $40 million, $100 million and over a span of 3 seasons. So why are you playing with money now? Why are you making the public think that it's the pie, that you can't pay them because they're asking for so much money? That's bullshit. The owners are asking for too much money. That's the problem. The owners, top 1%. That's my issue, not the players. The players, that's why when it comes to players, I believe you should build contracts with outs for the team. You guarantee this money for 2, 3, 4 years, and then we get a chance to cut your ass with minimal pain, minimal salary cap hit. That's what we did with Tank. That's what we did with Zeke. I don't think Dak's going to do that, but I think that's what we got to try to do. We're trying to do that with all our players. That's the smart. You can overpay them, but then you have to have outs. So and that won't kill you in the salary cap hell.
If they, let's just say they franchise tag Dak this year, let's just say decide, we're going to franchise tag you. You think that next year they'll pay him exactly what he deserves?
Depends on how he does. If he has another.
That's the problem right now, right? It's because Dak's saying to himself, wow, I need to get paid now because there's no guarantee. And
right.
That's why I think it's a huge, and I said it in my previous videos, and I'm saying it again, is Dak's agent causing a lot of this turmoil between the negotiations and the Cowboys?
And you heard from the beginning when we were talking about it, I said that the agent has to protect his brand. This is just business. I hate saying because it's sports, right? And we're fans. We want to just see the guys do good on the field, win Super Bowls. But you got to look at it. Look, for Jerry Jones, it's always been business.
Yeah.
So why are we getting mad with the players? Because they're trying to get their business side done. To me, the agent, and again, I don't like agents, but this agent has to stick up for his brand. What other player is going to want to go with him if he can get what Dak, quote unquote, deserves, or even, maybe over deserves in a way? That means more people are going to sign with their company, with their agents. And that, I think, is where you see that's where that sticking point is. If Dak Prescott was to pick up that phone, call Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, I think that would help the process a lot more, like Tank did, like Zeke did. Yeah. These guys, when they got into town, they started to meet the face-to-face situation, things changed.
I think
things got done.
And we're going to talk about, and I see you probably have to go, and I'm just going to bring up one last thing. I think Richard Sherman opened the door for players to negotiate their own contracts, because Richard Sherman did it. And I said, that's what a lot of these players need to do. I think a lot of these players need to start negotiating their own contract, because I think some of these agents are thinking about their own pockets sometimes, and it actually hurts.
They are. They're thinking about their own pockets all the time.
Yeah.
The thing is that even though Richard Sherman, who, by the way, is a highly intelligent human being, forget about football. Exactly. So we know but how many other players are going to be able to handle their own contracts? Let's be real. Jerry Jones will be like, yeah, we'll give you this. Makes it look good, and then rob them blind. That's what Jerry Jones is going to do. So you need an agent that guides you.
I think Dak is very smart as well. He is,
but it doesn't mean he's smart enough to construct a contract, right? Okay. So if his guys if his agents are looking at what's going to look like in 2021 and 2022 for the salary cap, they might be asking for 45 a year.
Yeah.
And that's because we could have for 30 last year. Keep this in mind, man. This is what kills me, because last year he got those wins. He dug it out. He brought us back. People want to see stats. This year he gave you stats. The team did not produce. The coaching staff failed us. But a first-year coordinator, Kellen Moore, Dak Prescott, improving himself, and he still got almost 5,000 yards. We had almost 3 1,000-yard receivers. We had 1,350-yard running back, and we didn't even use Tony Pollard. We had Witten there. We didn't even use Blake Jarwin. So my point is that we didn't even use our strengths. Some of our other strengths, we didn't use these pieces properly, and Dak still had a dominant year. And people, that's the garbage time. Do people know what garbage time means? Garbage time is if you're in the fourth quarter and there's 3 minutes to go and you're down by 20. That's garbage time. If you're down by 20 in the third quarter, that's comeback time. That's not garbage time. So I just want to make sure people understand that those stats, very few of Dak's stats came on garbage. An official, what any football mind would know is garbage time stats. So he didn't really get much. 4,902 yards. That was almost all those yards were well earned by Dak because of situations you have to throw more. That's not garbage yards. People, those Dak haters will use that, but they don't know what they're talking about.
Definitely. It was a pleasure talking to you. I hope that we can do this again soon.
Yeah. Man, much love. Seriously, you got good questions. I'm glad we got this back and forth going here. Yeah. I know you just started out your channel. I know I posted on our channel on My Cowboys Family, so they can come take a look at this and watch the replay. Again, I know some of these guys they're sending me messages that they couldn't see the comments, but next time we do this, the comments will be up. We'll have more interaction. It's gonna be fun, man. It's be good.
If you haven't subscribed to MCF, guys, please go over and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click that subscribe button below. It's your boy Sid, and I'm out.
Peace. Go Cowboys. Much love.
Much love.